The day I was to move underground, Sasha took my hand and asked me if I wanted to run away with him. Run away from the mercenaries. Emile is underground. She's a murderer, and I know she will just lock me up again. Sasha looked very serious, but there was something about his eyes. They had the color of hope. I wanted to free myself from Mother. I wanted to be with Sasha forever, but I wanted to see Mother. Without hesitation, I took my hand away from Sasha. Since the day I saw Mother murder the friar, I wanted to be free from the smell of blood. But the smell of blood had seeped into my heart. The smell of blood that followed Mother had become even stronger. Ah, Mother. I want to see you. I want to see Mother again. I'm going to see her. I'm going to get to see her again. Mother was torturing prisoners in the dim prison underground. On the day I went underground, I frantically asked Emile to take me to Mother. Without hesitation, Emile agreed and took me to see my mother. The minute Mother saw me, she took my arm firmly and led me off down a hall. She took me to the depths of the prison, where it reeked of blood. She took me to the cells where the prisoners were kept. Mother threw me into one of the cells and chained me to the wall, just like the other prisoners. I didn't have the urge to resist. Instead, I found myself filled with happiness. Mother's chains. Mother's smell. Don't ever let me out of these chains. I want to be in this cell forever. I want to be with Mother forever. That was how my life in prison began. I didn't do anything. I was just chained to the wall. I could hear people groaning. I could hear Mother torturing people. It is comforting. The sound of blood dripping, the sound of the flesh being cut, the sound of gouging, cutting, tearing, the pain, the madness. It was so comforting. In my memory, Mother is creating all the sounds and is turning them into something beautiful. I stay in the cell for a very long time. The smell of the stones and the raw smell of blood and skin, the sound of water and the groaning. Everything reminded me of Mother. It was very comforting. To me, this cell felt like my mother's womb. This girl's all kinds of foobard, I'm telling you. Emile continued her research on the treatment even after she was relocated underground. I overheard her say that something was needed to replicate it. A specific strand of DNA was needed to create the cure. In between periods of intense research, Emile visited the prison. She would come and look at me, chained like the other prisoners. She stared at me, as if I reminded her of the woman whose DNA was in the cure. There was always something melancholy about Emile's expression. I remember her face clearly. I lived in the prison for almost a year. One morning I learned that the priest had been infected with epicari and passed away. He had refused to take one of the few remaining doses of medicine. The priest had apparently been afraid of the medicine, or so I heard. The medicine's name was Theresia. It was made by combining a specific microscopic organism with a unique DNA strand. The red beads I'd seen in the storage room of the church, that was vaccine Theresia. Many people had hesitated after seeing the cure for the first time, but they eventually took it. The priest had adamantly refused. I heard he acted out of fear of God. Even as his condition deteriorated, the priest refused treatment. Eventually, he succumbed to the virus and took his own life. Research into new ways to fight the virus could not keep up with the speed at which it spread. Eventually, the epicari virus spread to the underground facility. Once again, the death toll began to rise. The mercenaries in charge of our village decided to abandon the underground facility and go back to their homeland. As citizens of the country that had lost the war, my people were to be abandoned and murdered. It started in the early morning. People ran for their lives, but the soldiers caught and killed them. The underground facility was in chaos. Bloody corpses began to pile up in the gray hallways. I knew it was only a matter of time before I was killed as well. But it didn't matter. If I could die in Mother's womb. I sat, chained to the wall, waiting for my turn to die. At that moment, my cell door opened, and someone ran in. I opened my eyes and saw Sasha. Alright, and so we'll end there and continue in part 6 of the diary. I had seriously forgotten how long this was. Whew. Alright. Thanks for watching. Bye.